So gamers, on the second channel, the Sir Moresty guys don't know, chat. They don't know that we have been on a bit of an old Nathaniel Bandy arc. There's just something charming about watching really old YouTube videos. That's just really funny to me. I'm kind of addicted. Let's continue this trend with some top 10 worst Smash Bros. Ultimate, Smash Bros. Ultimate specifically. Let's refresh our memory real quick though. Let me quickly get up Smash Ulti, all stages. So let's spitball some of the worst stages in this game, shall we? So we've got, let's have a quick scroll. Peach's Castle, wouldn't say it's top 10 worst. Hyrule Castle, I don't think any of the N64 ones are the worst thing ever made. Maybe this, I never liked this Mushroom Kingdom though. I never liked this Mushroom Kingdom that much. So maybe Mushroom Kingdom if you're feeling a bit slanderous, maybe, if you're asking me. As for the melee stages, if you're boring, you'll put Rainbow Cruise. You'll put Rainbow Cruise if you're really fucking boring. This is one of the better moving stages. Congo, oh, it's Congo Falls? Is it not called Congo Jungle anymore? Am I getting old? This used to be called Rainbow Ride, and now it's called Rainbow Cruise. This one's called Congo Falls in the Congo Jungle. Strange. I don't think these two make the worst. I think these two are okay, but I don't think they make a worse list. Great Bay's okay. Temple is a classic. British Star's pretty fun. Yoshi, I never actually like Yoshi's Island. I'm going to be honest, guys. I never actually like this stage. It's just a bit much. It's a bit too much for casual. It's a bit too much for competitive. I don't really like it. This might make a bottom 10 of mine. Story's a classic. Fountain is, you can't go wrong with Fountain. Green's a bit gimmicky, but it's okay. You know, it's okay. Corneria, Venom, they're classics. I'm never putting them on the list. They're just solid. They work. Venom, definitely the weaker of the two. I definitely like Corneria a bit better, but still works. Pokemon Stadium, can't go wrong with that. On It, can't go wrong with that. Mushroom Kingdom 2 is just really funny. Brinstar Depths, I could see someone putting that in the bottom 10, and I'd fuck with it a little bit. Big Blue, if you put this bottom 10, you're boring. Same with Foresight. Delfino Plaza, just can't go wrong with it. Mushroomy Kingdom, is this in Smash Ultimate? Is Mushroomy Kingdom in Smash Ultimate? Is it actually? I didn't know. Is it actually? Oh, no, I do remember. They removed the underground portion, didn't they? That's what it was. Sorry. They removed the underground portion. That's what it was. I thought they removed the whole stage, but no. It's the underground portion they removed. Okay, I'm remembering now. You'd put this there if you're boring. Although in all fairness, the underground portion made this stage a lot of fun. So if you do put this bottom 10, I'm gonna call you a little boring, but you're safe. Figure 8 Circuit is definitely bottom 10 material. I don't think it's got enough sauce. Mario Kart, and this is the best you give us, boring. WarioWare, you're actually just wrong. You're not even boring if you put this wrong, you're just wrong. Oh, Bridge of Elding is just, it's okay. It's like okay-ish. It definitely looks nice. I love it. It's a, you know, Twilight Princess. It's a game I've played, therefore. Norfair is just kind of funny. It's a very fun, casual stage. I like it. Frigate Orpheon's a little boring-ish, I would say. I do like, obviously, it has Metroid, therefore I upvote, but and as much as I like, the Parasite Queen looks kind of nice. It's a little bit on the boring side, though. The gimmick is that it flips, and it's like, I don't know, it's not really that interesting, if you ask me. Yoshi's Island's okay. Halberd is a classic, can't go wrong with it. Lilac Cruise a little bit boring-ish, but it's okay. I'll let it pass. Pokemon Stadium 2, can't go wrong with Pokemon Stadium 2. Port Town Aerodive is pretty fun. Castle Siege is a little on board. I never like Castle Siege, I'm going to be honest. Even though it has a bit of sauce because it teleports, it's kind of boring. I'm going to be honest. Castle Siege is a little boring. I won't hate you too much if you put this bottom 10. Same with Distant Planet, although I feel like Biffweed is going to come and kill me if I say that. Smashville, can't go wrong with it. New Pork City is just worst temple, I'm going to be honest. Never liked New Pork City. So if you put this bottom 10, you're based. Summit is funny. I like Summit. Skyward is also a bit funny because of the floors are just really weird on this map. Shadow Moses Island is funny because of the snake conversation, so I like it. Luigi's Mansion, it's got a decent gimmick. It's not the best, not the worst. Bottom 10 will be pushing it. Pirate Ship would also be pushing it in bottom 10. Is it the craziest? No, but bottom 10 is pushing it. Spear Pillar's fun. Like, Spear Pillar's actually fun. Whether you get Dialga, Palkia, Cresselia is a fucking monster. Like, I don't know if you guys can confirm if they got Cresselia in this new version or if they removed it like 1-2. But Cresselia makes the stage fucking nightmarish to play, and I fucking love it. It is fun as a casual stage, it really is. 75M is shit. This has to be bottom 10. Mario Bros, I can see you put them in the bottom 10, but it just feels like slander to me. Like Hanambo, I could see this being bottom 10. Green Hill Zone, definitely not bottom 10. It's solid, not crazy, but solid. 3D Land, I kind of like it, but like again, I think that these two are a bit too similar, you know? These two kind of do the same-ish thing. I know this is supposed to be New Soup 2, and this is supposed to be Reland, but I feel like they kind of like step on each other's toes, you know? So if you was to put one of these on there, I'm like, I don't know. A bit mean. Paper Mario is okay. I like Paper Mario. Gerudo Valley is sourcing. I really like this. The vibes of this one. This one definitely gets a V word. Because the vibes in this one are immaculate. I love Gerudo Valley. Spirit Train has also got some good vibes. I like it a lot. The fact that like, you can jump in front of the train and it just runs you over, or like does big damage, is kind of funny. I like that. Dreamland GB, definitely bottom 10 contender. Unova Pokemon League. I've not played this one too much. I'm going to be honest. It's Gerudo with a J. Is it not Gerudo or is it Gerudo? I have no idea. I've always said Gerudo Valley and no one's corrected me. Except now. Prism Tower, bit boring for like a Delphi. I don't know what you'd call these themes. I don't know what you would call these types of tracks, guys. You know the moving, the Delfino Square style moving ones. Prism Tower is a bit of a. It looks kind of cool, but it's just kind of. Is it Gerudo? Is it? I want to say Gerudo anyway, just to be wrong and funny. This one's another funny one, although it does kind of step on. It's a bit. I feel like these two are a bit similar-ish. You know, I get it. It's kind of for different things, I suppose. But like, you have 3 like. Car F-Zero stages. It's a bit like put the fries in the bag, little bro, sort of thing. I'm just like, I don't know. Music could kind of go. It's a bit. Is it racism? Maybe, but a bit boring. It's a little. You could do something else. Where are the cars? Magnacan. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I never liked this one. I never liked this one. This one's a little boring. No sauce. Arena for Rocks, or is it for you? I have no idea. Arena for Rocks. It's okay. It's another one of those okay ones. Reset Bomb Forest, bottom 10 contender, I'm going to be honest. I rate this if you put a bottom 10. Tortum Island is harmless enough. Balloon Fight is funny. If you put this bottom 10, you're boring. If I'm not mistaken, can't you like walk off the side and you come out to the other side just like in Balloon Fight proper? Unless you're getting hit, of course. This is cool. If you put this bottom 10, you're a liar. Living Room is funny. If you put this bottom 10, you're also a liar. What's it? The Street Pass Me Sword thing. Find Me? Is that what it's called? I don't know what it's called. What a weird name. This is funny. I'd say this definitely not bottom 10. Terminology Life, definitely not bottom 10. Pizza Shut 2, 100% not bottom 10. If you put this here, you're lying. Mushroom Kingdom U, I wouldn't mind because it is kind of boring. Like you could cut one of these 3 out. I'm going to be honest. Either, what's it? Mushroom Kingdom U, 3D Land, or Golden Plains. I feel like you could cut one of those out. Call me racist all you want. I feel like you could cut one of those out and it's boring. Nabbit's in there? I don't know. It's still a bit boring. Galaxy has that weird 3D physics thing going on. No, with the weird jumping physics. I think that gives it enough sauce. Mario Circus, okay. There's like parts where like the track is overhead, so like the upper bounds of the stage does damage to you, which is neat-ish, but Skyloft is another one of those moving stages. It's kind of just okay, I guess. He's gonna. Not only is he going to put this in bottom 10, this is going to be like number 1. This is going to be number 1, Nathaniel Bandy. Kalos Pokemon League is interesting enough. Isn't there like one? Isn't there a steel section that turns you metal? It's kind of okay. I'll give it a pass enough for that. Colosseum's just kind of boring. This one's kind of boring. Boring. Flat Zone X is funny. Palutena's Temples, it's alright. Gamer is easily top 5 stage in the game. If you put this bottom 10, you are actually the biggest fucking liar on planet Earth. Like, unironically. Unironically, this is like one of the best concepts they've ever made. 100%. Based off one of the best Game & Wario games ever. Actually amazing. Actually, like, for a casual stage, actually one of the best stages in the game. No joke. Garden of Hope. I like it when this, I don't know what this is, the onion crab walks around. It's kind of funny. I'll give you a pass, Pikmin. Town and City is harmless enough. Wii Fit Studio, plain but funny enough. Another top 10 contender for top 10 best stages in the game. Guar Plain, bottom 10. I would say this is definitely bottom 10 material. Duck Hunt is, it's okay. Wrecking Crew's more in. If you're gonna do one stage to represent like the NES era, like the old era, I feel like Wrecking Crew's a bit better. Duck Hunt's more iconic, but Wrecking Crew's a more fun stage. Pilot Wings, Woohoo Island. Don't tell Biff I said this, but Windy Hill Zone, Wily Castle, based. Pac-Land, bottom 10, I guarantee it. Super Mario Maker, fun enough. And obviously all the DLC stages are, I feel like it'd be unfair to rule out any of the DLC stages because it's not all DLC actually. Where are the DLC ones? Oh, they're up here. Okay, so the DLC ones are there. Midgar's fun. Umbra Clock Tower's fine. New Donk Hall is fine. All of these are fine, I would say. They're not breaking the Moray Tower is probably the best of these ones. They're interesting enough. What have we got? The other ones? Oh, these ones are fancy. Oh, these ones are fancy. Oh, fancy. Oh, DLC isn't even out? Oh, so we don't have to care about the DLC. Okay. So, quickly recap. Stages I wouldn't be too angry to see include Yoshi's Island, Brinstar Depths, Mushroomy Kingdom because he's boring. Castle Siege, boring. One of these three stages, one of these three Mario stages, maybe. Definitely this Kirby stage. Definitely Pac-Land. Those are the definites, I would say. Great Cave Offensive is 100% his number one. Once he's wrong for putting on there, real quick. 100%. If he puts Gamer on there, he's wrong. If he puts Picture Chat on there, he's wrong. Spear Pillar, he's 100% wrong. Summit, wrong. Temple, objectively wrong. I'm going to say the O word for that one. Wily Castle, wrong. So that's a quick. We've gone for a quick recap. Let's get the video started, shall we? Let's go. Top 10 worst Smash Bros. Stages by Nathaniel Bandy. Hang on, gamers. I think I've been misled. I think Minister Chicken has misled us. I was made aware that this was during Nathaniel Bandy's striving for originality era. I have been lied to in HD. I'll let this one pass. But remember, we're only looking for striving for originality in Nathaniel Bandy here.
Nathaniel Bandy. Striving for originality.
And let's continue.
When you have over 100 Smash Bros. Stages in one game...
Oh, hang on. We're in his fucking commentary avatar era? Shit, okay, Bandy. Just mixing things up.
There's no way all of them can be masterpieces. And trust me, this
he was in
list
his too lazy for a
narrow
face
down.
camera.
There's a lot of stinkers, unfortunately. I'm basing my list off
Folding his arms, +2 aura.
stages that are just downright not fun to play on, as well as those with any terrible gimmicks and stage layouts. So without further ado, let's go.
I see Mario. I hear Mario
Bros.
Bros.
There's a lot of crappy stages when a top 10 like this starts with Mario Bros. This stage was horrible in Brawl. Now it has been updated a little bit for Smash Bros.
Bit unfair. A bit unfair, but I'll let him have it. Chat.
Ultimate, but not enough to save it. The biggest change is you can walk from side to side now, making Mario Bros at least 4.67% more playable. But even then, this stage just doesn't work. The ceilings are all way too close to each other, so it's easy to get bonked around and lose total control. On top of the stage's enemies hurting you. That's right. The
so gamers, I do want to point out, by the way, just before I keep pausing it, I do want to point out he is just playing CPU games. So we know Bandy is objective. He's shown us. Bandy, in fact, has no friends. Bandy. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Bandy.
And sidesteppers will hurt you if you don't flip them over. And there's a nice little power block you can hit that makes players bounce around the stage even more. And oh man, you can't forget about the random flames that pop in every now and then, because this stage wasn't uncontrollable enough already. Now, being able to use these classic enemies as weapons is a cool idea.
It is.
And admittedly, it is fun if you're with a group of friends at 3 in the morning, completely wasted, not caring about anything in the world. I've never experienced that myself, but I bet at least a few people have. But look, even then...
He's literally just admitted he has no friends. The most relatable YouTuber in the world.
There's so many better options out there. Like, no one just says, yeah, you know what, I'm kind of feeling like playing Mario Bros. Today. That doesn't happen.
Harsh. I'm just saying harsh, Bandy. Harsh, but I'll let you have that. There's no way it's Brinstar. You boring motherfucker.
This stage isn't spelled correctly.
No! Oh, he actually has no friends. He actually has no friends. You're joking. No. No fair. These are, like, yeah, comparatively, the stage is a fucking mess. Casually? Dodging those, like, fire, like, fools, the giant... Bro, this shit's funny as hell, but grabbing your friend and throwing them into a fucking lava waterfall... Is there no better joy than that? Casually, this is one of the best stages to do it. At least top 20. Maybe top 30. It's not like one of the best. I'm not saying top 10. But like casually, this is really funny to play.
It says more fair when it's really supposed to say not fair because there's so much stupid crap that happens.
Oh, he's boring, gamers. He's boring. He's in his sad boy. He's actually in his sad boy era. There's no way. There's just no way. I'm sorry. This is what I'm talking about. Okay, to be in all fairness, this is like 6 years old. But you see what I was talking about earlier when I was playing Donkey Kong Country Returns Tropical Freeze HD 4K. That like Smash content is normally like so like it's not really casual friendly. For a game that's really good on a casual level, no one really talks about like casually. Does that make sense? Like casually, it's amazing. This is amazing, and I would love to see. Great, you're right. My smartwatch just assumed I was like getting up and I'm active because I'm not animated right now. But it's just
Now look,
he's in his sad boy
some
era.
Of the older Metroid stages where the lava would occasionally rise up above the ground and you'd have to avoid it. I think that's fine because it didn't affect gameplay too harshly. But
you're playing a Smash game, Bandy. What do you mean? You're playing a Smash game. Oh man,
this defect.
This is and also just I do want to see he is playing with items. So item chaos is fine. Stage chaos, no. Oh, I get okay, Bandy. Okay, okay. I'm picking up what you're putting down, 6-year-old Bandy.
It was way too overboard with the hazards. You've got rising lava walls that pop in on the side.
And then don't tell me he poo-poos the little when it's like rushing with entire lava and you got like beat your friends to get into that small little cubby hole, please.
Lava sprinkles from the background in a giant lava.
This is you have not experienced joy until you've experienced shoving off all of your friends from this tiny little box to survive. There's nothing more joyous than that. This is actually a peak. This is a screenshot from a peak Smash experience, and I'm not even joking when I say that.
A wave that you can't avoid unless you get inside this tiny capsule. Now, like the Mario Bros. Stage, I think in some circumstances this stage can be fun to play on if you're just memeing around, and that's because the platforms are at least set up in a way that are fun and easy to use. But the lava gets in your way like every 5 seconds, like you don't get a break from it.
That's
you cannot escape it. It will consume your life.
Oh,
your soul,
Bandy.
Your meaning,
Bandy.
Your existence.
See, he really is in his sad boy era. Look, he's depressed posting. It will consume you. Look, see? Black and white screen.
Unless you choose not to play on it, then you should be okay.
He's in his sad boy. He actually is in his sad boy era. I'm so sorry. Mushroomy Kingdom is so... This is actually the most boring list ever. I cannot believe... Brother, he's in his Shadow the Bandy arc, man. God
I remember being a scrawny little kid and always imagining how cool it would be if World 1-1 from Super Mario Bros. Was a Smash Bros. Stage. And lo and behold, it actually happened. But even in the Brawl days, I knew it was a heaping pile of trash.
Even in the Brawl days, by the way, when it had the underground version of the stage was actually top 5 in... Okay, that's a bit exaggeratory. It was really fun, though. Top 15, maybe. I'll vouch for top 15. The underground version of the stage was so fun. The fact that like all the blocks were up top, so like you couldn't kill someone by the upper blast zone, was just really funny.
For some reason, Mushroomy Kingdom has returned once more for Smash Bros. Ultimate. Well, okay, I'm not that surprised.
This feels like a Watch Mojo video. Oh my god. Bandy. I'd be ashamed here.
Guys, this is back because it is a very iconic level, but it's just so grim looking. I am really glad they did change the art style, but I don't think it was for the better. This is in the wrong.
It definitely does look a bit weird though. I think like Smash Bros. Art direction maybe made this one look. It does look a bit too barren in the background. I will give that. Like the backgrounds were a little boring. It does look a little ugly, so I'll give him that. I'll give Blood that. Okay. Also. Solar Flare donated, but also Soul donated earlier. I forgot to read that. I think the AI in Smash Ultimate doesn't play along with the microbrains, which is disappointing. Oh, it doesn't. Yeah, you're right. With the AI in, it's a bit disappointing. They do play along with the Don't Move one in Brawl. I don't know if they fucked up the AI in Ultimate, but like the Don't Move one in Brawl was always funny because we'd be fighting and then it all just stand still, and then we start moving again. That was always funny. So I don't know if they ruined it in Ultimate. And Solar Flare, thank you for the 5. I'm waiting for him to post a black and white Insta post with a philosophical caption. Like it'll be like something like really vague, like hurting with like a broken heart emoji. Something like that.
Even with the updated textures, the kingdom just looks dead. There's
does look
no
kind of boring.
colors. It just feels out of place for something that's Mario themed. And guess what? They took out the 1-2 stage.
Oh, okay.
You can
no
longer play that in Smash Bros. Ultimate. Now, they actually did this with Smash for 3DS too, which is understandable. But why this game? I mean, yeah, it wasn't that fun to play on, but it just feels strange to have that gutted out too. But why is the stage so bad? Well, I'm sure you know. It's a scrolling stage, and it's
actually just racism. This was your go, Albert Boris. Just straight up racism. And also, just to go, that wasn't a bored yawn. I woke up at like 7 in the morning today. Okay, so I'm very fucking tired. Okay, I'm an old man. I've been up for 13 hours, so that wasn't a bored yawn. But it's actually just racism. It's unreal. At least when I said one of the moving Mario stages could go, it's because I just thought there was one too many of them, you know. But this guy's just straight up saying it's a scroller stage, therefore. Oh my god.
scrolls too fast. Golden Plains works because the scrolling is very minimal and happens at certain increments. For Mushroomy Kingdom, you have to deal with it the whole time. And there's so many pits you can get knocked into, and the scaling
almost all hang on, almost all auto scrollers suck. In platformers, yes. In Smash, most of them are fun. Rainbow, you tell me Rainbow Cruise. Pac-Land is a bit mid. The Kirby one's a bit mid. The rest, like Rumble, like what's it? The Rumble Hills, the one in I don't know what it's fucking called. The one in Brawl, the DK one in Brawl, that sucks. Rest of them, fuck you.
It's so easy to get stuck on the blocks. I really wish I could like this stage, but I just never have and probably never will.
Surely. We're like 0 for 3. I'm not gonna lie, Bandy. Actually, I gave him Mario, bro. So you're what, 1 for 2? We are 1 for 2 now. Surely, Bandy. Surely you equalize the scoreline. Surely, come on.
Seriously? Why is...
Okay, do you know what? This is fair. Hannibal is a little... I'll give him this one. It's 2-2. It's 2-2.
This stage back. Does anyone actually like Hannibal? I mean, its only quality here is the art design. It's one of the most unique looking levels in the entire game, and it's cool for that merit, but
it's just not too fun casually neither, you know what I mean?
Every platform you can stand on is a leaf, and when you hit the leaf, it moves. Because of this, it's almost impossible to plan out attacks because the damn platforms keep changing angles and directions.
Yeah, guys, it's almost hard. It's very hard to plan out my my frame buffered neutral beat. You know what I'm saying, guys? Because when I play Hannibal, I'm playing competitive.
At the bottom, you got this random leaf that's just kind of chilling out there. Why? Why is there a leaf there? Oh, is it to save you from the water that you can't swim in? Yeah, that's right. You can't even swim in the water. It's just there to fool you.
Is this based off electroplankton, whatever the fuck that is? I just know the name.
I mean, look,
I looked up one time.
appreciate that the developers went out of their way to create truly innovative stages to make each one feel different from one another. But at some point, you gotta play test the stage and realize that it's just not fun. And to think we're not even halfway.
I think so, I would like to imagine that Sakurai and Toby Fox, when they had their legendary Smash 1v1, played on electroplankton. What do you think of that, Bandy?
Through this list
I'm just saying.
Oh,
I'm just asking questions.
Digging deep into this garbage.
I'm just saying. You're 2 for 2, Bandy. Look, can we keep up the momentum?
So I can see people not agreeing with me here.
Kalos Pokemon League? Again, it's not one of the most inspired ones, but top, like, 7th worst? Strange. Hey, listen. Let him cook. He might be able to convince us. Chat. You're being very close-minded. I don't appreciate that. He could convince us. Let him cook.
But I have never liked Kalos Pokemon League.
Okay, don't let him cook. He pronounced it Kalos. Don't let him cook. Don't let him cook. Don't let him cook. Throw him out the kitchen. Give me a jacket. Fuck off upstairs.
Tries to be the next and best Pokemon Stadium, but just fails miserably at that. I will say, like a lot of these other stages, that visually it's stunning. The stained glass in this giant hall is truly quite the spectacle. But here's where the problems begin.
Okay.
Like Pokemon Stadium, the stage will change in layout, but it does so in the worst ways possible.
How so?
First, we got the Dragon Mark Chamber. Basically, there's a giant dragon statue that breathes fire on the stage. Thankfully, his fire isn't that big a deal. It only gets in the way every once in a while. But then there's the Blazing Chamber.
I like Blazing Chamber's funny. What do you oh, man.
Features giant walls of fire everywhere.
Boring.
And touching them knocks you all around. It's so easy to die simply because of these stupid firewalls. They're almost impossible to avoid.
It's almost as if, Bandy, you're playing a game that was made for oh my gosh. It's almost as if you're playing a party fighting game with team up with up to 8 players and punch and when it's almost as if
And then there's the Ironworks Chamber, in which 2 swords stab into the ground. And for some reason, a puddle of metallic liquid spawns in the middle, making your character metal. I guess the swords are like melting into the stage? But that doesn't even make sense because the swords later on fly back out of the platform.
No, it's like, I think if you stand on them for long enough, they end up sinking into the ground. If they do, then the metal... Oh boy. I mean, I call it Kalos in my head. Kalos was the correct... Oh, but you've been gaslit. What's worse, Albert pronouncing Kalos or me saying divisive instead of divisive? I'm just saying that, but I think, personally, no bias, I think yours is worse.
And finally, there's
just to get back to the video, what was the point? I'm just saying, like, what's the point of you making this if you don't like to play Smash stages casually? What, like, was this when he was in his, like, Goblin top 10 era? Because I remember someone said he was in his like 1 video a week Goblin mode top 10 era. Because if he was, then oof, Jesus Christ, oof. Definitely this is definitely a video that you uploaded for the week, you know. But it's just, again, it just sucks. Again, I talked about this earlier. It just fucking sucks, man. Because there's like a whole side to Smash that just seems like no one likes to talk about, you know? Which is just sad to me. Like, this section does suck, though. I think this is the weekest section of Kalos Pokemon League, you know?
Chamber, which adds a few platforms, but then suddenly there's a
So 2016 was his 1 week of video era. So what? He's not even in his 1 week video a week era. So I can't even give him a pass for like he was churning stuff out. It was on a bit of churn. So he made it. Like this was like a video, you know, a video made by the. This was a feature made by the feature creature. Good lord.
Huge surge of water that rushes in, and if you make contact with it, you're probably gonna die. We're getting to the point where the stage gimmicks aren't goofy fun anymore. They're just a pain in the...
Has he made a top 10 best? Oh, he has made a top 10 best. I want to see what he considers the best now. I think we have to after this. You know?
Put up with. Pokemon Stadium works because all that changed was the stage layout. There wasn't fire or swords or water to worry about. If all these effects were just in the background, then maybe this could have topped
It would be like
Pokemon
Final Destination,
Stadium,
Battlefield, small Battlefield, big Battlefield. Oh no, you're kind of 2 for 3 right now, Bandy. Can you even up the scoring again?
Here's the thing with Palutena's Temple.
He's just boring. He's just boring.
I feel like there's a lot of good things going for it. I mean, for one, Palutena's guidance happens on this stage.
I think that alone makes it not top 10, bottom 10 material. I think it has to. If there's any stage that has like these support style conversations, I don't think you can be bottom 10. I think that's enough. Did he pronounce it wrong again? Minor pronunciation. You're wrong.
Here's the thing with Palutena's Temple. I feel.
How did he say? Hang on.
I feel like there's a lot.
Let me go back again.
I feel like there's a lot
of... Alright, let me go back a whole 5 seconds then if I can't go back frame by frame.
Here's the thing with Palutena's Temple.
Palutena. That's not the worst mispronunciation. I'll give him that. Kalos was definitely worse. I'll give him Palutena.
I feel like there's a lot of good things going
Could have done with a reshoot, but
for one, Palutena's guidance happens on this stage, which is pretty cool, and the level design is okay, but why in God's name is this stage so big? They could have literally taken this stage, split it into 3 or 4 parts, and boom, they would...
It's boring. It's just... You're boring. This is so... Firstly, this was obviously made for 8-player Smash in mind, because it was made in Smash 4, wasn't it? And secondly, big stages are fun. At least some of them. So it's like... Boring. Again, it's just stage racism again. This is just... racism. Stage big, therefore.
4 great stages, but instead it's all poorly knitted together into a jumbled up mess.
And what makes it poorly knitted? Are there generally elements that just don't mesh well? Are there like instances where something can kill you and it feels a bit unfair? We're not going to get any of that, gamers, because this is Nathaniel Bartholomew. Albert Boris's GOAT. Disgusting.
Or not, the stage gets even bigger at some point. This other floating island comes in at the top left corner. Like, what were they thinking?
Why is that a bad thing? Does it add an unnecessary portion of the stage? If anything, adding a stage within a stage adds a bit of intrigue to maybe want to fight there, to maybe like close the gap between like maybe large fights. We're gonna talk about it. No, it's just big therefore, gamers. It's just big therefore. Boring. Thank you, Gospel, for the... That's not boring, though. That's not boring. Thank you. I can agree with stage elements being too intrusive, even a casual I'd rather focus on opponent items rather than the yellow devil. Again, like, interesting. See, that's an interesting conversation, Castform. One that he's not going to have. See, again, if stage elements are intrusive, what makes them intrusive? Other than, I just don't like it because it's big, therefore. Do you know what I mean? It's just, like, when Sakurai said Ridley was too big, what did we say to him? You're wrong. You're wrong. And guess what? He was wrong. So when Nathaniel Bandy says stage too big, therefore, what do we say to him, champ? You're wrong. You are wrong. You are wrong, and you are cringe. That's what we say to him.
I get that this stage was built for 8-player Smash, but as someone that has a 49-inch TV...
And he even says... My father played 8-player Smash with me, Bandy. My father. Boring.
I get that this stage was built for 8-player Smash, but as someone that has a 49-inch TV screen, I can't for the life of me tell what's going on. But as someone that has a 49-inch TV screen...
In before weird flex, but okay. I mean, you're the one who said it. You're the one who said it. You could have just cut that out of the script. I don't know, weird flex, Bandy. I'm just saying, weird flex, brother.
I can't for the life of me tell what's going on when playing this. Imagine trying to watch 10 YouTube videos at once. That's what this stage is kind of like. It's too much information. And it's not even that well designed. If you have springs to launch yourself from one place to the other, that signals there's a core problem with the stage itself. And what's with all these random...
What makes you say that? It just makes it so that the upper areas are accessible to most characters? Why? Why are springs bad design? Most people aren't playing 8-player Smash. That's fine, but if he said it was bad for an 8-player Smash stage, then fair. Like, if he was obviously playing an 8-player Smash and said that if his criticism was stages that were obviously built for 8-player Smash just aren't really as fun as the stages that are made for smaller because it causes too many people. Like, if that was his argument, that'd be fair. But that's not what he's mentioning. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. He's playing an 8-player Smash with 4 players and then complaining that it's too big. That's the issue. You could make a compelling argument for why this stage sucks. You know, you could. Like, if you're someone who thinks that 8-player Smash stages don't work fundamentally, yeah, great K offensive. I can't even talk anymore. I actually need more drink. Sorry, my throat's kind of drying up. But if you're someone who genuinely doesn't like 8-player Smash and like you put great K offensive in your bottom 10, you could make the argument of, like, I just don't think these big stages work for Smash. And you could get in some fundamentals of, like, what makes Smash fun to you and why it doesn't work in this stage. But again, this is Bandy. We're not going to get any of that, are we? God. Boring. I missed it. It was striving for boring? Gamers are striving for boring? I can't believe this. It's 6 years ago? So hopefully he's gotten better since. 6 years ago, you wasn't cooking. I'm just saying.
Spike smack dab in the middle of the fight. Is the stage trying to annoy me? I think it is.
So what's the score now? He's 4 for 2. He's 2 to 4. 2 wins, 4 L's. Can he at least half the deficit? New Pork?
And here we've got a very
do you know what, fair. New Pork is fun.
Similar stage, New Pork City. The
New Pork kind of boring.
Background is quite extravagant. You could look at it for hours and still not find every nook and cranny. But my god, this is another stage that tries to replicate Temple and completely fails at that. While it's not as big as Palutena's Temple, the stage layout is a lot worse and less fun.
What makes Temple so good and what does it lack in New Pork City? I would say, for me, like, what makes New Pork City not as good is that, like, it just feels like there's nowhere interesting to fight. Like, Temple has, like, that Fight Club thing, the upper right section as well. If you get knocked off on there, if you're a character that can recover underneath, you can use that to make an interesting recovery and say someone's edge guarding you. Like, there's different areas that make it interesting, at least. This one doesn't really have too much. That's what annoys me about this.
While it's not as big as Palutena's Temple,
like even Palutena's Temple, Palutena's Temple has like this area, which I always thought was quite fun, and even this section can get a bit of mileage as well. You know what I mean? It has like mini fight clubs, I'd say. Like Temple has like that one big fight club, but like this one's like a mini fight club. This one could also work a bit, and this one over here, like when the wall comes down, it's got like 3 fight clubs essentially. If you know.
The stage layout is a lot worse and less fun. A lot of the platforms are too small and generally hover close to the blast zone, so most people avoid that and fight near the bottom. But what's on the bottom, you ask? Oh, just this giant wooden board that breaks after getting damaged enough. Oh yeah, that's real great. Let's just have one of the few playable parts of the stage just break on you. And then you got the ultimate Chimera that pops in.
Can't really say that's bothered me. If anything, I like the fucking big chompy guy.
Hopefully he doesn't tend to get in the way of fighting,
I like him.
But if you do touch him, you're going to have a bad time. This is one of the few stages that I only enjoy looking at, but not actually playing on.
The Chimera is funny. I think he gives you enough time to get away where, like, if you get hit, that's kind of your fault. And also, he does, like, a calamitous amount of damage for no reason. That was just funny. It's funny. You're losing, Bandy. Oh, okay, 75M. Okay, this is a win.
Time now, 75M makes its untriumph appearance,
yeah,
and it actually sucks even more.
Boring.
How they pulled that off is some kind of sour miracle.
True.
But let's get into it. I mean,
boring.
Just look at it. Would you actually want to fight on this mess? Every platform is tiny. It's easy to get stuck on the ladder since you cling onto them when attacking now, and the only big platform has Donkey Kong throwing jacks on it, which gives crazy knockback and damage. 25M would have been a much smarter stage to add if you wanted to include an iconic stage. It would have been way better than this crap. And you know what's funny?
I don't get a 75 M8. Boring.
It had one thing: solid ground.
He's actually making solid points here. Like, again, I've noticed that you always get stuck on the ladders. This upper area, which would be a cool place to fight on, constantly gets you interrupted as well, which just isn't, like, in a way that doesn't really, that feels a bit too obtrusive to have fun on. It's like, this has got Yellow Devil syndrome, you know? Like, Yellow Devil, I would say, is an intrusive stage hazard where I'm not having fun. Same with this DK as well, because not only does he have a big hitbox, the fucking whatever he's throwing also has a giant hitbox as well. It's just not really that fun. It feels like you can only play the stage for a bit before, like, DK just determines, okay, people are dying now. They got rid of the walk-offs as well, which was I like walk-offs in casual stages. They're really funny. And again, none of the other platforms are really conducive for casual or like competitive fighting. It's just boring. It's boring.
It's one layer of solid ground at the very bottom, and it would have made 75M an immensely more fun.
It's basically what he's saying, you know?
And I know this because I recently
he's
played a hack of this stage in Smash Bros. 64 that did just that, and it was actually kind of fun. Now, that'll never happen because this stage has to be authentic or whatever, but just think about it for Smash 6 when you inevitably bring it back yet again.
Pac-Land, predictable.
I thought Mushroomy Kingdom was bad. Oh man, I did not see what was coming until I tried Pac-Land. And for some reason, the name is in all caps. I guess it's trying to scream how innovative the stage is. I don't know.
Innovative.
Because instead of getting the cool Pac-Man stage on the 3DS, we get
that was cool. I remember that.
A stage nobody likes. So as you can see, it's a scrolling stage, but it seems to scroll slightly faster than Mushroomy Kingdom does, which means it's slightly more aggravating.
I think my problem with Pac-Land is that it has no source. Like, I want moving stages to have a bit of source. You know, this one has no source.
Problem is
zero
all the
source.
hazards this stage offers. You got fire hydrants blowing water pellets in your face, water you can't swim in, water spurts, tons of pits, logs that fall, escalator-like platforms. Lord have mercy, gee! The only saving grace is the art style, I guess. It looks okay, I suppose.
I don't even like the way it looks, neither.
But at least it's different. That's the
I think
only
visually
good
it's
thing
a
I can
ball
say
to
about
look
it.
at too.
I just don't get why we didn't get the 3DS Pac-Man stage. That one makes way more sense to bring back than this one. But despite how trash Pac-Land is, there's a stage that's even worse.
Great, place your best game is this Great Cave Offensive. Boring. Seymour. Oh, Seymour.
Oh my god. The Great Cave Offensive.
Boring.
Yeah, that's right. I am pretty offended by this crap shoot. It's either the size of Pytana's temple or possibly even bigger. I mean, look at it. This does not look like a stage. This is something that you would find in the Subspace Emissary.
So do you maybe not think that's what makes it interesting? Like, I think that, if anything, having a stage that's like kind of built like an adventure is just like what makes it very interesting to me. Like, put like 6 players in this stage, stamina match, fucking crazy like bomb laden items. It's fun. You have not had an interesting. It's your fault. I'm blaming you, chat. You have never had a fun game of Great Cave Offensive, and it just goes to maybe you don't have any friends. I'm just saying. Maybe you don't have any friends. I'm just saying. I'm just asking questions, chat. Do you have friends? I'm just asking. I can't ask questions now. I can't ask questions. I thought I could ask questions.
One of the
most agreeable take here. I'm just asking questions, sir. When did you guys become like Nathaniel Glazers? I'm just saying, guys. I'm just asking questions. Can I not ask questions?
Forming levels. Why is this so godforsaken big? And why is every path so narrow? Do you realize how long it takes to go from the top to the bottom? I timed it. It takes 15 seconds.
Whoa!
Okay, I'm just pulling a number out of my ass. But seriously, it takes way too long just to go from one side of the stage to the other. And then there's this random minecart that you can just jump in. Like, why is there a freaking minecart in this stage?
Because it's a cave.
That would work with something like the Subspace Emissary, but not this. And of course, there's spikes on the walls and even a freaking cannon. What the heck? But here's the icing on this sundae. This stage is so bad that there needed to be an artificial way to die. Otherwise, stock matches would last for hours considering dying from the ceiling.
And that's what makes it funny. That's what makes it funny. Not only you have to be careful of the fucking fighters, you have to be careful of the stage. The stage is alive and it's trying to kill you. Unreal.
Is a rarity. If you touch the lava at 100%, it automatically kills you. That's right. The stage is so bad that they had to manually program this feature in to make the stage playable. And
or maybe it's a state. Well, Benja took the words right out. Maybe it's a stage gimmick. I don't know. I'm just asking questions. It's a bit of variety. I don't know. I'm just asking questions, Bandy. When did you become so boring?
I use that phrase very, very lightly. Now that I really think about it, I almost feel like this stage could have been what is a tiny piece of Subspace Emissary 2, but then Sakurai canned the project because he didn't want cutscenes to get leaked online. Maybe that's what this is. I mean, I almost wouldn't be surprised. But okay, I'm done complaining. If you'd like to check out my list on my favorite Smash Bros. Ultimate stages, you can do so right now. Thanks a bunch for watching, everyone.
I don't know, man. It's just boring. Absolutely boring. Boring. I'm going to be honest, Bandy. I miss it when you were striving for originality, because at least you weren't that boring. Let's go back to old Bandy. You know, 2019 Bandy was not cooking. He was the most boring. He doesn't have any friends. I'm telling you, he was in his sad boy era.
I've been playing Super Mario 64 for a long time.
Oh, okay, gamers. 20... Oh my god, yes! 2011. Oh my god, yes. Oh, I love it. I fucking love it. Yes. Inject the oldness into my veins. Oh my lord. That sound quality. Oh, just listen to it, Chad. Just listen to it.
I've been playing Super Mario 64 for a long time.
Is it raining outside? Is there a fan? Is his mic that shit? I don't know. But I'm here for it. Top 15 hardest Super Mario 64 star based off my 8-9-year-old perspective. I will give this a watch. Fuck it.
For 9 years, actually. I played it twice on the N64, beaten it twice, as a matter of fact. I beat it once on the DS, and I recently just beat it once on the Virtual Console. But now, let's move on to the list. 15 hardest stars to get
15?
Super Mario 64. This list is based on how frustrating it was to get the star. Time was not taken into consideration. Stars being very cryptic and secret and just, you know, plain annoying was taken in part. So now, let's get to the countdown. I'm
just looking at this background. Where you're like in, it's literally basement settings, isn't it? What's going on with like this stuff in the wood? It looks like a basement, like proper basement. It got Linkin Park on the wood. It's like some decoration, but goddamn, he was literally living in the trenches.
Thank you so much for playing my game.
Blast away the wall on Womp's Fortress.
Oh my!
I'm sure
we're recording straight off the TV. Good fucking lord.
Most of you by now already know how to get this star, and it's not all that difficult. But back in the day, when we were all little kids playing this, we had no idea what blast away the wall was supposed to mean. The internet wasn't that reliable at the time, and it took me forever to figure out how to get this. I kept thinking...
For context, he was 17 at this time. Oh, so was I. I guess we're the same age. Shit, okay.
Thinking about the title, it started jumping all over the walls with no luck. Then I think about trying out the cannon, and I started shooting myself at the two walls in front of me. As a kid, I probably spent about 2 hours shooting at both of the walls, and next thing I know, I hit the corner by complete accident, and BAM! Some of the wall blew up. How is somebody supposed to figure out this stuff?
I don't know how. I'm gonna be honest. The only reason I need to blast this wall is because I knew about it beforehand. I wouldn't have known otherwise.
Without a strategy guide.
True. Not wrong.
Watch for falling rocks on Hazy Maze Cave. You have no help from the
Watch for... You telling me... Bandy, you telling me you cannot do that level in 0.5 A presses? Are you telling me?
When trying to get this star, would you believe you're supposed to wall jump to get this? How are you to know you were supposed to do that in the first place? After I pass the rocks, I'm just glad to pass them and I move on through the door. I would never think of wall jumping up to where the rocks came from. I honestly don't even remember how I figured this star out.
You just got exploring it. You got to explore.
From the freezing pond on Snowman's Land. Just take a good look at that title. How
most of this list should be 100 coin stars. Fair. They're not really the best, are they?
The freak is that title supposed to help you get the star? I mean,
Nathaniel, freaky.
Am I supposed to whirl in a freezing pond? What, do I have to create a water tornado or something? There isn't a pond anyway. Well, kind of, but I certainly don't want to go in the pond. That makes me lose health. I remember there was that one day when I was so frustrated with this star that I was just trying to kill myself by jumping in the water and accidentally jumped on the flower girl and flew over to the platform on the other side. Sliding down and breaking the box in front of me, I found the star. Now I feel all better. Nah.
I mean, if anything, wasn't that the joy of like 8-9-year-old perspective, that like you just explore and then like you luckily find something? If anything, those are like the best memories, you know?
Another problem with the star, if you actually figured out what to do, you only have 2 tries to actually land on the platform. If you screw up and don't make it, you might as well kill yourself, because there is no other way.
Whoa! Bandy, I don't think you... Whoa!
If you actually figured out what to do, you only have 2 tries to actually land on the platform. If you screw up and don't make it, you might as well kill yourself, because there is no...
Alright, I'm going to London Bridge tomorrow, gamers.
No other way over.
It's 2025, Bandy. You're supposed to cringily say unalive. That's what you're supposed to do, okay? Everyone knows the rules.
To the lonely mushroom on Tall Tall Mountain. There are 2 ways to do this star, and I've only gotten it the obscure way. What you're supposed to do is talk to Bombo, who is really hard to get to in the first place, and then you have to teleport from the tiniest mushroom, which is easy to fall off, and you end up on this small platform. You then walk across this little path, which gets narrower and narrower to the point where you have to start humping the wall, and when you get to the cannon, you realize that you have just 1 shot for the star. 1 shot! If you screw up, you gotta go through that whole process all over again and lose a life. Get the bomb home, teleport out the midget mushroom,
I could see an 8-year-old you finding this hard.
Better strategy. Hop on the shy guy that's near the log and just fly over. While that can be kind of tricky to pull off, it's certainly a lot easier compared to the other way. Can the eel come out to play on Jolly Roger Bay?
So, what happened to the crickets? What happened to the crickets? I missed hearing the crickets, Mr. Bandy. Oh, no.
No, the eel should never come out to play. He should just go die in a hole and never show his ugly face again.
What the hell? Man. 17-year-old Bandy. What the freak?
The problem is that the eel has the star, and trying to get it from him is just ridiculous. When you first see him, he's waving his head around for what seems like forever. I mean, he just chills there for ages. Oh my god, just get out of the hole! Finally, when the eel decides to get out of the wall, you see the star
Gamers, tell me you noticed it, chat. Tell me you noticed it.
Finally, when the eel decides to get out of the wall...
What did he say there? Chat, what? When the eel decides to get out of what, Bandy? What did you say? What was said in the original cut? Or you edited it out because it was too mean? What did you say? Did you say the F word? Did you say the T word? What did he say? There's so many words. You could have said frick. You could have said bitch. You could have said so, and we just will never know. Release the Bandy cut.
Oh! Finally, when the eel decides to get out of the wall, you see the star attached to the tip of his tail, and he waves it around like a dog just saw a cat. If you touch him by accident, you get hurt, and you can't go for the star after that, because by the time he comes out of the hole and you get close enough to him, you're gonna need air. The only way you can get it is to hover over him while he's in the wall, and hope you don't sink down and accidentally touch him. Doing this successfully will cause you to get the star. It's just ridiculous how hard this is. And we're not even...
8-9U, having that as a difficult one, I would say it's a bit... The earlier one, like the Total Mania one, I think that's fair. And an 8-year-old could feasibly find that one hard. This one, though? I don't know. I don't know, man. You just weren't gaming enough.
Been halfway through the list.
You weren't gaming enough, lads. I'm going to be honest.
Getting the bunny the second time. Let's go back to when I was...
You know what, this is fair. Those bunny chases are fucking crazy sometimes.
Kid. I literally spent an hour trying to catch this stupid yellow bastard. When I finally caught
him... Yeah, you know what, that's fair, actually.
I was just
what were they thinking?
Wow, I'm glad I don't have to catch this bunny again. About 30 stars later, I see what I have to do in the basement, you know, just for the heck of it. And wouldn't you know it, the bunny is back. I spend another hour trying to catch it, and after I got it, I turned the game off and I didn't play it again for about a month. Catching him once was annoying and hard enough, but having to do it again? That's just torture.
Yeah,
Getting this bunny has not gotten any easier as I've gotten older. Wall kicks will work on Cool Cool Mountain. More like wall kicks won't work. Getting to the
owned!
main area isn't all that easy. Talking to the bomb-ohm is once again hard to reach. Once you get him, you'll use the cannon and blast to the tree. However, I find this whole process a pain in the butt, so I just use the flower guy. Once getting to the main part, I can clear the first wall jump no problem. But the next one is so hard. The main problem is that you can't jump far enough, and when you reach the wall, it's at the slanted end. I try triple jumping, I try long jumping, side flipping, back flipping, nothing works!
Can I get that again, please, Bandy?
Side flipping, back flipping, nothing works! There is a cheat.
One more time. One more time.
Nothing works!
One for the soundboard, maybe? Maybe?
There is a cheap way to do this.
What was the better sound effects? Nathaniel, Bandy, Rage, or Major Borrow's? It's a close call. It's a close call. I'm gonna be honest, very close call.
Just jump off the wall in front of you, and you'll reach the tiny platform to the star. I remember spending about 3 hours on this star as a kid.
You know, I could see Kid you having that one as a difficult one.
Eye to eye in the secret room on Big Boo's Haunt. This is basically a time trial run with very little room for messing up. And when I say very little, I mean very little time.
Yeah?
Basically, you get the invisible cap, and you gotta run through a room, and you have to wall jump up a floor to get to the star. That's all good and whatever, but the problem is the camera. It's really awkward at any angle, and your wall jump has to be very, very accurate. If you miss your mark once or twice, you might as well get another invisible cap and try again. It's easy to spend a good 2 hours trying to get this star.
I could see Kid you. That's another one where I'm like, I get it. I get it.
Getting
How is this list more agreeable than his 2019 one? What happened to you? Bandy fell off.
100 coins on Rainbow Ride. To be honest, it's pretty easy to get a good portion of the coins for this star. The problem is, if you overshoot one jump, it's easy to get a good portion of the coins for this star. The problem is,
you end up playing Rainbow Ride. That's the problem.
If you overshoot one jump, you're falling down, down, down. Another thing that sucks is if you mess up the wall jumps to get all your blue coins. I mean, that's just not good because you're depending on those blue coins to help you finish. And if you don't get most of them, then good luck finding more coins. They are pretty scarce beyond the level.
Hang on, one more time. Hang on.
Not good because you're depending on those blue coins to help you finish.
Freak Nathaniel Bandy be like.
That's just not good because you're depending on those blue coins to help you finish.
You need those blue coins to help you finish?
And if you don't get most of them, then good luck finding more coins. They are pretty scarce
I apologize,
beyond
Bandy,
the
for
level.
that. Very mature of me.
Big Boost balcony on the Go stage. The problem with this star is actually getting to it. All you have to do is kill Boo from the balcony, which is tricky until you get the pattern down. When you see him die, the star will float till beyond your sights, and you realize you have to go on the roof to get it. There are no ledges to cling onto. There's barely anything that you can use to walk on the roof. The only way to get to the star is to long jump from one side of the roof, and you have to kind of feel your way around. You'll go through plenty of trial and error because you can't see where you can walk. Trial and error sucks through a straw because it takes like 3 hours to get all the way back up to the balcony. You'll just fall again and again and again. This star is just, poop. Peach's Secret Slide. Yeah, this is the easiest star in the game. However, I'm not talking about the one in the box. If you complete the course in under 21 seconds, you get another star. And that is definitely a lot harder than it looks. You have to have a perfect run down the slide. If you screw around and hit a wall or slow down too much, you're not going to make the time. There is a way to cheat though. If you jump off of a certain spot at the beginning, you can end up at the end of the course in about 3 seconds. However, I've never been able to pull that off. This star is very troublesome.
I feel like as a kid you could have figured out that you could jump off to get some. I feel like I figured that out really quickly. Do you know what? Kid use an L for that one. Kid me figured out like the Rainbow Road shortcuts in like Super Circuit. I would have figured this out if I was a kid. I'm not gonna lie. L skibbity.
Go to town for red coins on Wet Dry World. This is by far the most time-consuming star. Not only is it a pain in the butt to get to the area where all the coins are, but overall, this is, you know, that one stage I just don't like to play on. I mean, I don't know why, I just really hate this stage. But
do we agree, chat? Is that a hot take? Do what to the red coin? Hang on. Go to town for the red coins? Damn. Yeah?
Dry World. This is by far the most time-consuming star. Not only is it a pain in the butt to get to the area where all the coins are, but overall, this is, you know, that one stage I just don't like to play on. I mean, I don't know why, I just really hate this stage. But anyway, when you shoot off from the cannon and get to this special area, you look around.
I always thought this area was okay, but Dry World was okay. I don't think it was one of my favorites, but it wasn't the worst. I don't know, at least from memory.
I mean, it's pretty big, there's lots of houses, and there's, you know, one coin you can find pretty easily. There are 2 other coins that you can get kind of easy, but they're obvious to find. But after that, you're done for dinner. Going on the roofs for all the houses is nearly impossible.
Hang on. Time consuming. I seem to recall a strict rule he made at the start about that. I don't know. It's 2011, Bandy. I'll give him some point. Everyone was inconsistent back then. Think about it. It was 2011. Finding gaming content online was still like a big deal, you know? I'll give him a pass for this. I'll give him a pass.
You really put your balls into wall jumping and long jumping and doing all sorts of acrobatic parkour stuff to reach some of these roofs. I mean, you have to use your imagination to find ways to get to these coins. I've spent a good 2 hours when I was younger trying to get one little friggin' coin. This star can go screw itself.
Screw itself? Whoa. Do you think about raising the water level? Come on, it's 8 Are you gonna skill issue an 8-year-old solar flare? I don't know. Seems a bit sus,
Pyramid
Walter.
puzzle on dry desert. This star is absolutely insane getting. There is no easy or hard way getting this star. There is only the luck way. The goal is to collect 5 special coins. Sounds simple enough, right? Well, if you don't know which coins you have to get, you're as good as done, because 3 of these coins are not only hard to find, but harder to get to. To get to them, you have to get to the top of the pyramid, and there are these teeny, tiny ledges you have to jump onto. You gotta land on 3 of these platforms, and one mess up sends you either halfway back or all the way back to the beginning. I guarantee you won't get all the coins on your first try. The platforms are just too small. And by the way, you have 1 shot for the star. It's not that hard to miss, but if you do miss it, you're gonna fall right into deep quicksand and die instantly. This star can go screw itself.
Oh, I get another screw itself? Shit. Do you know what, that one? I'll give him a pass.
Bowser in the Sky, or the 3rd Bowser, the red coins for it. This is the most cryptic and secret red coin star ever.
Really? I don't remember this one being hard.
There are 2 red coins that are impossible to find just playing through. You have to look through every nook and cranny of the stage, and you might find them all. The first cryptic coin is located in a safe spot in case you fall. You'll never notice it unless you're like goofing around with the camera or something. The last red coin.
Yeah, but like, you know, I'm not giving you a... Again, it's red coins. They're supposed to be hidden. The path is quite linear, so they're going to find cheeky ways to hide them. Although I wouldn't expect an 8-year-old to understand that. As an 8-year-old, you have infinite time to explore. I don't know.
I know. At the end of the stage is in the most ridiculous spot.
It's hidden behind the thing, isn't it?
You have to look under the stairs, and you'll find it. How is anybody supposed to think of looking under there? You're surprised to even be reaching the final Bowser. You're too worried about fighting him. Who in their right mind is going to think of looking under some stairs for a coin? You know, that red coin is just thinking, haha, Mario is a total sucker and will never find me.
Can we get that again, please?
It's just thinking, haha, Mario is a total sucker and will never find me. However, this is not the hardest red coin challenge.
The countdown to clickbait us?
That cloud stage, getting those red coins. Getting these coins requires the wing cap. While the wing cap is fun to use, it can also be very frustrating at the same time. Your only way to figure out where all the coins are is to fly from cloud to cloud. And that's
this one does kind of suck. Do you know what I give into it?
Definitely not as easy as it sounds, or looks. Most of these clouds are tiny, and it's very easy to just slide right off.
I feel like the wing cap, like, is kind of cool, but I feel like it's just kind of like, it doesn't give you as much flight as you'd like, you know? You know what I mean?
You actually bump into a cloud and start falling, which is pretty funny, because I didn't know there was solids in clouds. But anyway, when you start falling from a cloud, the worst possible thing happens. You start falling right into some water, which happens to be located right outside the castle. This means you have to go through the whole castle all over again, just to try getting this stupid star. I'd rather lose a life than have this happen. Feels like it's been 15 minutes before I get to the top of the castle to try this stupid thing again. I mean, your accuracy has to be perfect to get this star. There have been several times I've gotten all 8 red coins, and then I run into something so hard that I just fall, I run into the friggin' water, and I don't get my star. I have to get it all over again, and it pisses me off.
Outro?
But, to be fair, this is probably one of the best games ever made. But these 15
Oh, he's in his glazing era, gamers. He's still in his... Oh, young Bandy. Young Bandy in his glazing era. Amazing, amazing.
Challenges just test my patience. Play the game if you haven't already, but be ready for challenge.
I will do. I will do. I hope those crickets end up sleeping well, you know? I really hope they do. Yo, come on, hey guys. Old Bandy always comes through. I love me a bit of old Nathaniel Bandy. It's always a good time. It's always a good time. You just can't go wrong.